Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. We're going to talk about all the new makeup releases. So a will I buy it, a purchase or pass, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to just be giving my opinions on the new releases and whether I plan on picking them up or not. So if that all sounds good to you, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I would love it if you stuck around. But with all that, let's just get started. All right, so there's a lot to talk about. There's always a lot to talk about. I mainly pulled palettes because that's what I'm always excited to just talk about and share opinions about. I'd love to hear your opinions on everything that I'm going to talk about down below in the comments. But this might be kind of a boring makeup release video in the aspect of my wanting to purchase things. I have been going through a lot of life changes. If you've noticed, if you're not new here, over the past, it's been going on for 2 years, but I would say really in the past 6 months, I've been starting to just reevaluate my life and what I want out of life. So part of that is not having a makeup collection that's controlling me and controlling my makeup collection a little bit more. And I just feel like I'm a little bit more in a place where I'm not getting FOMO as easily. I was really falling into that for many, many years. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know if something's wrong with me, because my love for makeup has not died. But looking at an old palette, an old neutral palette, I feel content with that palette now. Whereas if a new palette came out that was like the exact same color story, just repackaged with a different bow, I would want it and I would buy it. And now I'm just feeling like I have this palette. I love this palette. I'm content with this palette. I don't necessarily need this other palette. So there's going to be a lot of things we talk about here that maybe past me would have said that I was going to purchase. But new me is feeling a little bit more content. And maybe this is just a phase. Maybe, this is only going to last a couple of weeks. And next month I will be all gung-ho. And in my purchases and empties video, you're going to see 30 new palettes. No one knows. I'm just along for the ride here. But right now, that's kind of just the season that I'm feeling. So I just wanted to give that preface of I might not be purchasing a lot of these, but I love to give my opinions. So I'm still going to talk about my thoughts on all these new releases. And like I said, I mainly pulled palettes because that's just what I've been interested in talking about. There's some other products in here that aren't palettes, so maybe we'll start with those. And I never know how long these videos are going to be, so let's just go over those. I think I only have 2 to talk about that aren't eyeshadow palettes. And the reason I pulled them is because I like both of them. And I actually think, I don't know, I might not pick it up right away, but I really like these. The first one's going to be a fragrance from Prada. I better scoot over so I can insert my photos here. And it's supposed to smell like chai. I've actually been looking for a specifically chai scented fragrance for a long time. Last year, I was actually on the hunt for one, and there was one from Kenzo, I believe, that a lot of people were recommending, but I never picked it up. So now that I see this one, I kind of really want it. I'm going to go smell it first for sure. And I definitely don't need another fragrance. So I don't know if I'll actually cave and get it, but it's something that I've been thinking about for quite some time. And it's interesting that this is what's coming up. This says that it's a woody and milky fragrance. It unexpectedly fuses creamy sandalwood with the spicy notes of a chai latte. I'm not a spicy fragrance person, but for some reason, I love chai lattes and I want to smell like a chai latte. So this might be something that I pick up. Then the other non-palette thing that I have, I actually have another one that I did pull, but this one I don't want. This one I do want, and it's a Valentino Blush. So this is, let's see, $43. I'm thinking 5 shades, and the packaging is just getting me. I have a lipstick with this packaging, and if it's anything like the lipstick, it is luxurious packaging. It is metal. It is weighty. It just feels good in your hand. And I've loved a lot of Valentino products, so I'm sure that this will be a really nice blush. This might be like my one Christmas present to myself, makeup wise. That's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I think this is going to be like my one splurge item, or I might ask my husband for it. I don't know, but there's 5 shades. I have the lipstick shade Couture in the Street, so I might just want that blush to kind of match with it. I think that would be kind of fun. But a lot of the Valentino products haven't got me on packaging. The lipstick did, and this blush is definitely doing it. The third non-palette thing that I almost missed was the new Huda Beauty launch. So they came out with these little quads that has 3 blushes and a highlight. It's interesting to me that it says that it's limited edition. I'm surprised by that. I didn't think it was limited edition before this. It launched on October 29th. There's 3 different colors, kind of like a rose, a peach, and then a pink. I would be interested in trying this, but I'm not going to. Like, I have enough blushes. I'd rather get that Valentino blush. That's a little bit more up my alley. And I don't really love palettes as much. Like, it really has to call out to me for me to purchase a blush palette, cheek palette, whatever. I actually would have enjoyed this more if it was all 4 blushes and didn't have a highlight. That would have actually tipped me over a little bit more, but I'm still not going to purchase it. I'm still not. I don't have a price on this though. I would assume it's probably pretty fairly priced. And now we're going to talk about palettes, because that's what I want to talk about. All right, the first one that I have is the Makeup by Mario palette. This launched a little while ago, but I don't do too many of these videos, so I haven't talked about it yet. It launched on October 1st. It's $69, and it's their Nature palette. I have to say that this is beautiful, but I'm also seeing a lot of brands come out with this color story, and I didn't hear good reviews about it. And just so you know, today's the first time that I'm doing a new makeup release video with wine, because it is late in the evening. It's like 6. I just felt like having a glass of wine. I don't normally do that. I don't think I'll, unfortunately, get buzzed enough to be funny, but maybe I will by the end of this. We'll see. I'm not going to buy it. I will say that, like, it kind of caught my eye because it's neutral. Love these colors, but I definitely have this color story in other palettes, so I'm not personally going to pick it up. I did purchase the Ethereal Moonlight, last year's holiday palette. Excellent formula, really pretty. Really happy that I purchased that palette. Actually, it was one that I almost skipped. And like, if it's the same formula, I would say go for it if this is the color story for you. But I'm happy admiring it from afar. That's kind of the theme for the month of November, is let's just admire it from afar. Next one that I have is the Fantasy Cosmetica collaboration with Batty Bean. Super excited for her. Like, what an honor to collaborate with one of your favorite brands. Batty Bean is a creator that I love to watch, but she's also not a creator where her and I have the same makeup styles. She is way too cool for me, way too cool. And I just would not get use out of this palette. I think it's really pretty. I think she did a really nice job with the color story of keeping it cohesive, but a lot of different color stories that you could really go in a bunch of different directions with. Love the outside packaging with the black cat. It's very on brand for her, and I think it was a great collaboration. But this is one that I'll also be skipping. And even if I wasn't in this buying less kind of moment that I'm having, I still don't think this would be one that I would purchase. One that I'm very interested to buy. It's kind of on my list, kind of. Like, if someone was like, hey, what's a makeup item you've kind of been looking at? This is something that I would give them. So this is from Singe Beauty, and it is the Paisley Hoot palette for $45. This also kind of looks like the Makeup by Mario palette to me. Like, it has those greens, it has those warm tones, but it's a little bit bigger. So if I was going to choose between the two, like, this is also less expensive. And I know that it's probably good quality. I've heard really nice things about Singe Beauty's makeup products. I haven't personally tried any. I would also love to try one of their blushes. I've just never gotten around to it, and I doubt that I'd ever pick one up. But I've heard good things, and this is on my list. It would also just definitely beat out the Makeup by Mario. So yeah, I would prefer this one, but it also might just be one that unfortunately gets passed. Similar to the Batty Bean, we have the Bizarre Botanical palette from Dieverune Cosmetics. I feel like these kind of look the same. So this is already launched on October 12th. I do not have a price on it here, but it'll be down in the description box. I'll have all the information on all these launches down below in the description box. Links if I can provide them. Whether they're affiliate links or not, I try to link everything that I can, just so for ease of you can find it if you want to. But if you look at this, I mean, this is not my color story, right? It's just a little bit too dark. It kind of just a little bit reminds me of the Beaute Bar Secret Garden palette. Secret Garden palette. But a little bit darker. I don't know. Am I the only one seeing that? If you have that palette and you have this palette, let me know. But I kind of feel like they look a little bit the same. And maybe because it's just the naming that's making me connect the dots, because Secret Garden, Bizarre Botanicals, they both are kind of like plant themed, right? So it could just be my brain trying to make a connection. But yeah, I'm not going to pick this one up. I did pick up the Dieverune Cosmetics Metallic Mineralia palette. Magnetic Mineralia palette. Gosh, my brain today is just not remembering things. And I've yet to try that one, so this will be one that I'm skipping. Another one I'm going to skip. We're getting a lot, very similar color stories all around. And this already launched. This came out October 23rd. It is the Arttitude Cosmetics Submerged palette. $64, including tariffs they put, which I think is funny. I don't know. 46 euros for EU members, or 40 pounds if you're in the UK. Arttitude Cosmetics is a UK-based indie brand. Love the theming, love Arttitude Cosmetics. If this color story speaks to you, highly, highly recommend them as a brand. I've done a video where I did 3 looks with 3 palettes from them with the Vintage Neutrals, Urban Neutrals, and Ink and Roses. I'll link that video up above. Love them as a brand. Again, just too dark and moody for me. I wish that this was a palette that I could purchase and just love on, but I won't ever wear these like smoky, dark purple tones. So I will be passing it. One that I'm kind of interested in, but it's already sold out. I don't even know if I'll be able to get my hands on it. Hopefully I will, but we'll just have to wait and see. This is from Glamlite, and it's their Saw collection. So you can get the full PR box for $125. There's different things. There's a palette, there's a blush duo, there's a brush set, there's a lip duo, there's a mirror, there's a makeup bag. It launched on October 24th. I'm not interested in any of the extras. Really, the only thing I would purchase is the palette. I am kind of a Saw fan. It's one of those horror movies that my husband and I can actually agree on. We do not have the same taste in movies like whatsoever. It's actually very difficult to find a movie that we agree with. I heard one person say once that the secret to a happy marriage is to make sure that you have the same interest in TV. And maybe that's where, my marriage is going wrong. I'm just kidding. But no, we don't have the same taste in TV. And sometimes, we just have like our go-tos where it's like we can't figure out what to watch. So we just, put on the same couple of things over and over. That typically tends to be like an Eddie Murphy movie, like Trading Places, Beverly Hills Cop. But Saw is also one of them for some reason. And I kind of like this palette for that. I don't think I'm going to purchase it. Like, I'm not such a huge fanatic of this IP to purchase this palette. And Lord knows I don't need any more IPs in my collection. But I do find it kind of interesting. As I was just getting this list together, maybe we'll talk about this later, but it feels like to me, I am not the only one kind of feeling the way that I'm feeling. A lot of people seem to kind of just be feeling more content with their collection. They want a smaller collection. They don't typically need to have a bigger collection anymore. Really just the underconsumption trend, I think, is starting to really relax with people, and people are feeling okay with it. So because of that, I kind of feel like when I'm looking at all these palettes that are releasing, it feels like brands are catching on to that, and no longer can they just like come out with something with pretty packaging and people will buy it. Now they're really trying to like get to people in here and get them on the IP. IPs have been a thing for a long time, for years. I mean, we've really seen IP, every single IP imaginable, but I feel like specifically now, that brands are really trying to go for and get you on the IP versus just having a pretty packaged palette. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that. Am I making any sense? I don't know. All right, the next one that I have is the Nomad palette. So this is their holiday palette. This is launching the 3rd of November, so it's out now. It's a 15-pan color palette with 6 mattes, 5 shimmers, 3 duochromes, and 1 multi-chrome. It is not limited edition, so they will have it for at least a year. Still don't have a price on this. I don't know why. This is really pretty. When they first announced this, because this has been out for a minute now, I kind of really wanted it. There's a few Nomad palettes that I do really want. Still want the Fairy Tale Europe, want the Pacific Northwest, and I want the Witch City Salem palette. So now there's 4 palettes that I want from Nomad, and it's just getting to be a lot for me. It's almost getting to be like, if I can't have all of them, I just want none of them, because I don't know which one I would pick first. Probably the Pacific Northwest one, I think. That's the most neutral. Then Fairy Tale Europe, I don't know. I'd have to think about it, but honestly, I'll probably just skip all 4. I probably will. I just don't want to spend the money on them right now is the thing. Maybe money's just becoming more important to me. These are ones that I would love to have. Old me would buy them. Even 2 months ago, me would buy them. When I saw this released, I really like it. It's very Christmassy. I love Christmas markets. European Christmas markets. There's just nothing more pinnacle Christmas than a Christmas market. I love it so, so much. I always make sure to go to the one here that's about an hour away from me in Toulouse in France. And there's something magical about them that I love so much. So that's part of why I like this color palette. It's also very just traditional Christmas, with the red and the green, but you have some neutrals in here. It is pulling at me. I don't know if I'll get around to doing it. If Nomad has like a really, really good, like 30% off sale, I might cave, but I'm really going to try and hold strong. One that I was actually really surprised I'm not going to pick up, because I saw the outside cover of this and I was like, there's no way I'm not going to pick this up. This is one of my favorite brands. I've talked about them a lot on my channel, Simply Posh Cosmetics. Love them so, so much. The outside packaging, adorable. Inside packaging, can't do it. I can't do it. I want to, but I'm not a pastel person. And half this palette is pastels. I want to love it so, so bad. I really do. It's like a half pastel, half neutral palette. I love the layout of Simply Posh Cosmetics. I think that they have such a good formula. It's so aesthetically pleasing to my eye. It's really satisfying to have them in trios, but I'm just not going to use the pastel side, and I need to come to terms with that. This one's going to be a hard one for me because I also want the Black Cherry palette that recently released from them, and old me would just buy both at the same time, but I'm going to resist. I do really want it though. The packaging also is just, it's so cute and adorable. That is making up for the lack of pastels, but we'll see. Again, maybe you'll see it in my December purchases. I don't know. One that's really pretty and I do want, but will be easy to skip. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It is their new Haze 9-tone palette. So it's their cool tone version of the Embers palette. Really pretty. Love these colors. Do I have these colors? Yes, a million times over. So I definitely don't need this. Still don't have a price. It's available now. Why don't none of my posts have prices on them? And I don't feel like picking them up. I don't feel like pulling it up to find it. Sorry. But, this is one that I would pick up, but I have enough of these palettes. So I'm just not going to. I'll easily forget about this one. This one won't be one that sticks around in my head, so I'm not too worried about it. But I did see it and I was like, wow, those are some pretty perfect, just taupey cool tone shades in a nice little palette. Everything that I love, everything. Do I have that back here on my shelf? I do. So we're going to skip it. All right. We're breezing through this list, actually. That makes me really happy. When you skip things, it's amazing how much faster I can talk about things, and hopefully this won't be an hour-long video for you guys. All right, the next one that I have kind of reminds me of the Singe Beauty Paisley Hoot. Kind of reminds me of the Makeup by Mario. This is from Gimme Glow Cosmetics, and it is their, what are they calling this? Down to Earth palette, I think? Yes. This is just bigger. This is too big for me. Again, Singe Beauty wins. It is launching, I don't know, a win. The 21st of November. So we have some time before this palette launches. I don't have dates. It seems a lot of people are excited about this palette. Pretty color story. I have a lot of singles from Gimme Glow. I like their formula, but it looks more matte than shimmer heavy. And if I have to pick between this color story, this like naturey neutral with some greens, I'm going to go with the Singe Beauty. I just am. So I'll be interested to see some reviews on this palette, definitely. But Gimme Glow just hasn't come out with some stuff that I've been interested in as of late. I think that they used to be really colorful and come out with some really unique things. And it seems like they've rebranded a lot. I've seen them rebrand like at least 3 times. And now they're kind of just sticking to neutrals because they did that teddy bear one. Then they came out with the cool tone version of the teddy bear. And now this one, it just seems like they've lost a little bit of their creativity. And it's almost a little cash grabby to me because it doesn't seem like this was really their vibe at first. And now they're almost kind of becoming like a Sydney Grace, but they're not a Sydney Grace. Like when I think of Sydney Grace, I think of these tones. Gimme Glow, I think of glow, I think of shine, I think of like special shimmers. I don't know. I feel like they've changed their branding a little bit, and I don't know if it's for the best. Next palette that I want to talk about is from Bella Beaute Bar. This launched recently on October 26th. It is the Come Play With Us palette, and this is a really nice palette for a kind of bridge between Halloween and Christmas. Theming, Halloween. Color story, winter, Christmas. Love it. Just really perfect combination of the two. I kind of want this, but I don't like the blues. I even like the reds, honestly, in this palette. I could do with the reds because it has the really pretty golds in there to go with it, but I'm not a blue shadow lover. You know this by now. So I am going to skip this one. I already have like 4 Bella Beaute Bar palettes that I need to try, test, and use. So I am stocked up on Bella Beaute Bar. I do have an affiliate code with them. It's just Melissa if you want to purchase anything from them, if this palette interests you. But unfortunately, I think this is one that I'm going to be skipping. It definitely teeters. That like white shimmer. The shimmers are what is giving me a double take on this palette. I know though that I'm not going to get the use out of this palette that it deserves. I'm much better off sticking with the Unoriginal Nudes or the Smoky Glam palette from Bella Beaute Bar. I will admire this one from afar, as I was saying. One that I think I'm actually going to pick up, this might make my list, is the Cosmic Beauty. This is the Starlight palette. I think that this is pretty. This to me is like neutrals with color that I can do. I am a neutral lover. I love Cosmic Beauty's formula, so I have nothing bad to say about this palette. I'm sure it's a little bit more on the affordable side. I am just waiting for them to launch this palette as a single. Right now they have it as part of this whole collection that's over $100. I just want the palette, so I'm going to wait. They said they're going to launch the palette by itself. I don't mind waiting for the palette, and I will pick it up. Just has good neutrals, some purples, some warm neutrals. I'm really liking it. And I think that it's going to be, we'll do like a little recap at the end of the things that I plan on picking up. But this is making the cut over Singe Beauty, only because I've tried Cosmic Beauty. I know their formula, I know their quality, and I really like them. And it's probably less expensive than Singe Beauty, but that's where I'm at for that. Then I have the Melt Cosmetics collabs. So I have 2 collabs from them. One of these just kind of seemed like it flew under the radar. The first one's from their It collection. So they came out with an eyeshadow palette. It's 6 shades. Not interested in it at all for It. I mean, it goes with the theming, but not a red lover. Very warm toned. Kind of like meh. Yeah, just not interested in it. But then they came out the Edward Scissorhands collection. This is going to be limited edition. We don't know the launch date yet. It says if you know, you know. I'm assuming that's a reference to the movie. Unfortunately, I've not watched that movie enough times to know the reference, even though I will say Edward Scissorhands is a really, really cute, lovely movie. I like it a lot. And I'm very happy to see a collaboration on this movie. I think it was really sweet. And this is one that a lot of people will be excited about. I don't love Edward Scissorhands that much for the palette or for the collection. But if I had unlimited money in my bank account, I would probably consider purchasing this. It looks really cute. And it is a really cute movie. I think that this was well thought out. The It collection, though, just seems like it was done and then forgotten. So I don't know why they didn't do as much just marketing for that collection, but Edward Scissorhands looks like, I think it's going to be really, really popular. The next couple, the very last thing I have to talk about, okay, and then we'll go over my recap, is the 2 additions to YSL. So there's 2 new palette quads from them. There's the blue shades and then the pinks. These are coming soon, and I believe that their palettes are around $65. The only reason I wanted to talk about these is because I would say out of every luxury eyeshadow formula, YSL is my favorite. So I really just wanted to recommend them if you like these color stories, or a different one if you wanted something that was a little bit more luxury that maybe you wouldn't normally purchase from yourself and you wanted it as like a gift idea for someone to purchase for you. These quads are beautiful. Stora Dolls number 100, beautiful, amazing. Like, get that palette. It's one of my all-time favorite palettes in my collection, and I kind of just wanted to shout it out. And that was everything that I had on my list. I can't believe, I don't know, maybe I was just talking faster than normal, but I feel like this wasn't that long. So just to quickly recap, the things that I plan on picking up are for sure, well, I think I'm going to ask as a gift for the Valentino Blush. I said that. And then the Cosmic Beauty palette. Those are kind of like my 2, 90% sure I will get those. And then the fragrance, we'll just see. I don't know. It's going to be like $150. I don't know if I want to spend that much to smell like a chai, honestly. I'll just sprinkle some cinnamon on myself. I'm just kidding. And then my third thing, if I could pick anything, would be the Singe Beauty palette. Those are kind of the 3 things out of the, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19 things that I talked about today. I don't think that's too bad. Of course, this is not everything that's released in the past however long. I try to really curate this so it's not a 2-hour video. I'll probably do another Will I Buy It a little bit sooner than I would normally, just with holidays coming up. And I like to talk about makeup. It's fun. I still love talking about makeup. I love putting on makeup. I love wearing makeup. I love all things makeup. I guess I'm thinking that like a blush is a blush is a blush. A bronzer is a bronzer is a bronzer. Like, I'm happy with what I have right now. And yes, you know, like I put the Valentino blush on my wish list, but I think you can still love and buy some things. Just maybe like I don't need to buy 17 blushes a year or something like that. And I would like to get better at that. Anyways, this is really all I had to talk about. Hopefully this video was still exciting for you, even though I don't plan on purchasing everything under the sun. But that's where I am right now. This is where I'm going to leave you all, though. I hope you're having a great one, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.